This one is a follower submission from Tawny. Thank you, Tawny, for sending this in. We appreciate it. If you want to send in your Am I the Asshole story or your just whatever story, you can go to reddit-sedit.com and use the form at the bottom of that page to send it to us. So here we go. Love your Am I the Asshole stories on TikTok. Thank you very much, Tawny. We appreciate that. Now I seem I have my own. So here we go. Am I the asshole for calling out my coworker for using her kids as an excuse to get out of everything? I am 34 female with no kids or husband and work with a 32 female with 3 kids. She is married and her mother and teenage sister also live with her. But anytime there is an outside of office hours event we need to attend, she will say she can't come because of her children, and I get stuck doing them all. Now we have our hometown parade of lights coming up, and the only thing I've been told about this is the date. My niece just had emergency surgery, so I said I wanted to spend my Saturday with her rather than the parade. My coworker threw a fit and told me how unprofessional I am being, and I should go because she isn't even my kid. I snapped back without thinking and said, hey now, I never get to use kids as an excuse to get out of these things. Now she's very upset with me and told my boss I'm bullying her and I'm jealous of her family. Oh my God. Okay, well, OP, you're not the asshole at all. It's funny. Your coworker's response right there at the end sheds a lot of light into her worldview, and that's that she's a perpetual victim. She's a victim of everything. She uses any little thing that happens to victimize herself in order to achieve something, though. So in this case, it's to get out of anything outside of work hours. It'd be interesting to know that, when you and she were hired, were you told that there would be events outside of office hours that you would be required to attend? Because if that's the case, she's not performing her job. And that would be what I would tell the boss, be like, hey, I have to do all of these. She lies her way out of it or just victimizes herself out of it for personal gain so she doesn't have to do her job. At bare minimum, the boss shouldn't be getting involved here at all because really it's just an issue between you two, an interpersonal issue. Maybe as a mediator, hopefully not, because those things are awkward. But sounds like Queen Bee just needs to get over herself here and do her damn job and quit screwing other people by victimizing herself. That maybe is the thing that no one gets about when they perpetually victimize themselves. When someone chooses to shirk responsibility, whether it's from them victimizing themselves or just being lazy, whatever the hell it is, when they choose that, they're choosing to screw someone else. And they have to know it, right? They have to know it. The thing I tell my kids whenever they're leaving dirty dishes around or leaving shoes or leaving some kind of mess is, hey, please don't leave that for someone else to have to mess with. And most of the time they just roll their eyes at me and do what I ask them to do and then stomp off, and that's fine. Whatever. Hopefully they eventually get that. Instead of me just saying, hey, pick up your goddamn shoes, if I'm saying, hey, please don't leave that mess for someone else to have to deal with. It's your mess. This is the same kind of thing. She is just shoveling everything off onto you for you to deal with and not giving a shit about it at all. There's a complete lack of respect from her towards you, and the one little taste she got of that, aka her own medicine, she really didn't like. Good. That's what it's like. And now next time she tries to use an excuse to get out of something, you can bring up this situation and be like, hey, do you remember how that felt? That's how it feels to me every time you do that to me, which is probably up in the thousands by now. So tell your coworker to eat shit. Move on. Thanks again for sending your story, and you're not an asshole. You can go tell your coworker I said so. I am the authority on assholes, I'm like the judge of assholes. I actually had this thought driving around today where I could be like Judge Judy, but like the judge of assholes of some kind. And I want a gown, I don't know what you call it, a judicial robe. Mine would not be a judicial robe, it would be an asshole robe. And it would be made up entirely of sewn together red flags. So it'd be like a robe of red flag triangles. Come on. That sounds flippin' awesome. If you happen to be like, an accomplished seamstress or a hobbyist or whatever, and you want to take on the responsibility of making a red flag robe for me, holla. I'm dead serious about this. I would wear it at least sometimes. Then I need some kind of asshole gavel. We got to figure out what that would look like too. Anyway, tell your coworker that the judge of assholes says you're not the asshole, but she is.